So this is our reminder of how to start your self-portrait picture. This is going to walk you through making the oval shape, your neck shape, your shoulder shape, and then the measurements for the other pieces of your face. Okay, now today I have pulled out my secret weapon, which is my double-sided pencil. Remember when I told you in class that you always want to make sure you have a nicely sharpened pencil for this project. So in this case, if this side gets dull, I just flip it over to the other side. Or you could always have a pencil sharpener handy. Right? And you will also need your eraser. So pencil, eraser, sketchbook. And remember, this is just a review of exactly what I showed you in class. So if you need to see this, go ahead and watch it. And if you don't, turn it off and you could actually move on to a new step. All right, so we start with our oval. Remember a couple practices. And then we touch down and super, super soft, we draw that oval shape. Okay, it's so soft that you guys can't see part of it when I move my hands out of the way. And the reason we want it soft is because we're going to need to do some erasing. And if you push hard, right, your pencil line will erase, but the indent that you make in your paper won't. So you'll still be able to see those lines when you color in later, right? So after you have your oval, now it's time to do that shaping. So remember, you're looking in a mirror or you're looking at the camera on your computer and you're just kind of doing some nice sketching and reshaping your face. All you're doing. You might need to make it a little bit more narrow in places. You might need to make it a little bit pointed in other places. Just take a little bit of time and focus. And remember, if you're wanting to be smiling in your picture, make sure you're smiling when you are shaping your oval, because your face, it changes when you smile. The last thing I need you guys to remember is don't erase your starting oval until after you've sketched out your final oval. Those are our guidelines, so we know just kind of a basic shape and size. That's why we made the big oval first. Then you take your eraser and very, very gently erase those lines that you don't need anymore. And there is your oval shape. And if you missed any spots or erased something by accident, just put it right back in. Now to add your neck, you're going to look in the mirror and where you see your neckline come down from the shape, draw that. Remember, if you have longer hair, push it back behind your shoulders so you can actually see your neck shape. And then we're going to do that same thing we did in kindergarten to make our shoulders. We're going to give it a swoop for a neckline and then out, out. And we can change this part of our outfit later on. So this is kind of a t-shirt shape, but if you want to change it to something else later, you can. Remember, if you're wanting to have more of your shoulders and shirt showing, you need to make your oval for your head smaller so you have more space. Okay? And now we're ready to move on to measurements. All right, so remember guys, our measurements dust here I need to get rid of. There we go. Our measurements are showing us where the parts of our face go. And they are not something we need to get a ruler out for. They are just a general guess of where you think things are. Okay, and we are going to start with the hardest one, which is the eyes. So our first mark we make is we're going to try to find the very middle of our oval. So the middle this way and the middle this way. You're just going to kind of guess. And you put a super soft little dot. Don't push really hard because that dot will indent into the paper the same way and you won't be able to erase it later. And remember, all of our measurement lines, they are going to disappear. We are going to erase them when we are done our drawing. Okay? Then, this is the tricky part. You guys can do this. Okay? We are going to find the middle between this line and the side of your head. And you're just going to give it a little dot. And that's actually marking where your pupil is going to go. And that's that little dot in the middle of your eye. Then we measure halfway between the dot again, and this side of the face. And again, it's just a guess. Okay? If it's a little bit off, that is okay. You can always adjust it later if you need to. Then halfway between this line, or I'm sorry, this dot and the line, you're going to put a little mark here. Between the two dots, a little mark. Between these two dots, a little mark. And between the dot and the line, another little mark. And what this is showing is the size of your eye. Okay? And then the space in between. Then we're ready to make our other marks, and these ones are very easy, guys. We're going to take and make a dot halfway in between this dot here and your chin. And that's where the tip of your nose is going to go. And then halfway in between this dot and your chin again is where your mouth goes. And then this dot again, remember we always keep coming back to this center dot, and that's why we make it first, because it's our most important measurement. And then this dot and the top of your head is where your hairline is. So remember, we leave space for our forehead, but then we also have hair on top of our heads. Okay? Even if you have super, super short hair. And then you are ready to actually start the drawing process, which is in another video. And just as a reminder, boys and girls, if you have not had the art class where we've started drawing facial features yet, don't move on and do it early because these videos are only a review. You could always practice if you want to, but don't do it on your final copy until we've worked in class together. All right, guys, you are fabulous and you can do this. Watch this video as many times as you need to, right? And you can always pause in between steps and do it step by step with the video if you need to. Right? I will see you guys next art class.